Hey, Booski Dooskies. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel, Beyond the Veil. I'm Dina. Dina. If you want to call me by my full name, just put that extra A on the front. And we're going to do a reading. All right, y'all. So I'm actually prepared to give y'all two readings today. The first one I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with the more serious one. Both of them to me are pretty serious today, but I actually want to do a reading on President Biden today. Just because I have my own opinion about, what's going on politically and on the world stage. And collectively, I wanted to send a certain energy out, and that is the energy of calm and peace and resolve. Do not sit in front of like the news all day. Don't watch the media all day because it's brainwashing. It's constant, brainwashing. And I want us to all be in our own mind and in our own spirits and grounded in our own selves, so that no matter what is being thrown at us, no matter what propaganda, no matter what is being forced in our faces and into our subconscious, into our psyches, we are grounded within ourselves so that we shall not be moved. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to just do a reading on Biden so I can get an energy of what the leader of the United States, has. And I have my own. I already know what I want to say based on the energy, but I'm going to let the cards do it. And since it's my birthday still, my birthday was on the 7th, I am, we're going to hit this weed before I read. And we're going to sip and take a cheers to the birthday queen. Shout out to my classmate Dominique for the Don Julio. He probably won't see this, but y'all put one in the air for your girl if that's your thing. And if not, catch a little contact really quick. Listen, I have to keep my mind right. When you grow up the way I did, with the gifts and the peculiarities that I did, because they weren't always gifts. I can't say that this was a cakewalk, this life, being who I am, being able to, being sensitive spiritually the way I am, wasn't always a gift. To whom much is given, very, very much is required. So, in order to know how to empty myself and become an empty vessel, I had to go through a lot of emptying in my life. However, we survive, and what helps us survive is the holy incense. When I pass on and become an ancestor, and y'all, give me offerings and call up on my spirit to help you with things, and y'all conjure me up, leave me libations, leave me weed, and I might help you. All right. Spirit, what is the energy around President Biden? The President of the United States. I hear ring your bell. Give me 1 second. Biden, come from wherever you are. President Biden, come from wherever you are. Near or far, come from wherever you are. This man is, I don't want to say half dead, But this is not a man that is running the United States. Let me just say that. First of all, because his spirit walked in already in a black suit, crippled over, just slow, just could barely bring himself in. You must have come a long way. Your spirit must have come a long way from wherever it was. And it says, I am tired. His spirit says, may I sit down? Yes, you may. And he's sitting like this, just doing like this on his head. He says, I have nothing to do with this. I have no control. I have no control. That's what I hear. Methinks this is not what this man wants. This man wants to sit home, retire, relax. If he could board up his windows and be a recluse with just him and his wife and his family, he would do that, because this man is tired. How old is he? This man is tired. And he feels like whoever is controlling him and really running the United States is running it into the ground. And he feels like, I'm in my last days. I don't give a fuck about any of this. I'm gonna die anyways. Look, this is how he came in. This is President Biden. This is how he came in. Didn't I say that he came in all humpered over? This man has been in politics for a very, 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 very long time, and he's tired. But someone else is guiding the way. He may be holding the staff, but someone else is lighting the path for him. The challenge, the problem is there is someone else calling the shots. This is a Caucasian man. He smells foreign. He smells foreign. I have an idea who this man is. I'm not going to say it. He is a man with military might behind him. But not just military might. Knowledge. Wisdom. Structure, discipline. He's not the emperor because he lacks compassion. And the emperor would have to be all four kings. And the King of Cups would be what's missing from this man. In the past, we will send our soldiers, we will send our arms. This is war because of this man. I hear, and this is all allegedly. Remember, you guys, I'm just a crazy girl sitting in the country. I just smoked some weed, so I'm high and crazy. I'm high and crazy. This man allegedly, based on my opinion, is Benjamin Netanyahu. And or the other man that was the prime minister of Israel just 2 years ago. Orders were made for war. Orders were sent from the Israeli side, allegedly, to attack. I actually don't know what the media said happened. I just know that they're fighting. And I know astrologically that this is to be expected due to the eclipse on the North and South node in Libra and Aries. Aries is a sign of war and military and things like that. And Israel's birth chart. An astrologer I follow did their birth chart, and their ascendant is 21 degrees Libra. All right. Now, I have my own spiritual message about that. I'll give it towards the end, near future. This is an offer of peace. Do we have a female hostage? A female hostage, possibly. We could be trying to negotiate for, or I don't know yet. I'm going to clarify that in a second. What's crowning Biden? He has nothing to do with this, and he wants nothing to do with this. But he's following orders. Biden is just the face of the president, of who's running the country. And to be honest, so was Obama. Trump was not. And that was Trump's problem. He was not. Trump had his own ways of getting into the White House. He didn't need to accept the donations from the people who usually buy the president. He didn't need that, and that was a problem. But that's another video. Bottom of the reading is, again, Biden does not want the U.S. to be physically involved in this war. He doesn't. He doesn't want us to have to send troops in. He doesn't. His advice, Biden, you need to explore your options, because you have some options. You have some people around you that are willing to offer you help, because they know the situation you're in. They know that you are being controlled, and there are people around you who have better intentions for the United States than the people who control you. Explore your options if you really, really, really don't want to do this. Methinks, though, you're so overwhelmed. There's so much pressure on you to perform. You've got two, you had a choice, but one side was more heavier than the other. So you were overpowered. You were outnumbered. Your opinion didn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the people that run you have more money than whomever was opposing that side. And at the end of the day, wars are about money and power. Your hopes and fears. 3 of Cups in reverse. There is something that you methinks you want to side with the people who have better intentions for the U.S. I think that maybe your hope is that you can get in contact with some of them secretly, and your fears is that you won't be able to. Final outcome, Biden. No power, no control, poor health. You will continue to be overpowered, and the U.S. will continue to go on the trajectory that it is now. I see a push for direct involvement from the U.S. troops, and I see you not being able to stop it, and most specifically because your health is in a decline. There was a lot of conversation about sending arms. A lot of disagreements about us sending our arms over there. You said no. want to look into this Page of Cups in the near future because I wasn't sure if that was the girl, a girl, or if this is a small offer of peace somewhere with someone. Not taking action. Or not accepting a previous offer. From the U.S. maybe. Do we have a hostage? A female hostage? Maybe a young female hostage? There could be an offer made for a hostage, or there could be an offer made for peace. No, this feels like a hostage with this Three of Swords. This feels like hostages. This seems like a negotiation. This seems like a woman, also in power, kind of like the man here that's challenging Biden. It feels like someone like that, like another woman in power that calls shots, that maybe was misleading during negotiations. So the hostage situation was escalated because of something that this woman said that the kidnappers felt was misleading or not true. There could potentially be another attempt. But with a little bit more sugar rather than this woman. Someone a little bit more compassionate than her. Because I feel like they didn't like her approach. Someone else has to be sent in. Someone else military, but someone who will do it a little bit more nicer and sweeter. Recent past, though, Biden didn't have any choice in the matter, actually. Well, us going into or sending arms in the recent past, sending arms or this war, it was a decision of a man and a woman, a couple. Again, methinks Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife, or if that other prime minister that replaced Netanyahu is still in seat. No. The turkey said Netanyahu and his wife, actually. If not his wife, this is a woman who is like the wife, just not legally. Like she's been there running things with him, but not legally the wife. She's involved in the same affairs that he's involved in. And if this isn't Netanyahu, this is it's someone else who made the decision to send arms or start the war. And I strongly believe this comes from the Israeli side. This, okay. All right, Biden, I'm just going to ask about the outcome, the Strength in reverse. And then I'm going to look into the Hermit, actually, because I want to look into you. This flew out. Biden would love to avoid casualties. He would love to avoid American civilian casualties. King of Cups. This is a man completely opposite than this one. This is what's missing that would make this man the emperor. There's someone completely opposite than this man, who I know who this is. This is someone that is no longer in office, that was in office, and that actually cared for the Americas and its people. No matter what the media says. Some of his associates in the advice position methinks that Biden would have not. I don't believe that Biden really was against Trump, because like I said before I even start pulling cards, Biden doesn't agree with whomever is calling the shots. Biden is for the people, for the Americas. He's old. You know, he comes from a different time before people were so lethal and cutthroat and money driven. He's a patriot. And to be honest, no matter what Biden says, allegedly, you feel that President Trump would be better for the Americas than the person that had interest in getting him out so that they could gain control. While they say that you're running things, it's this person. And the whole world stood behind this man, not knowing the true intentions. And unfortunately, Biden, you are just the front. You're just the front man, and they chose you because you're so old and tired. You couldn't put up much of a fight. They chose you because of your failed health and your elderly status. That's why they chose you. You are easily controlled because you don't give a flip anymore. This is you again. You're tired. And you just want to spend time with your kids and your family, like I said. And die. And that is behind the card that came out first, Biden. I said I was going to look into him. President Biden allegedly is tired, and he just wants to spend his days with his family somewhere in a small house, little cottage full of beautiful green grass, ponds, and lakes until his last days. That's what Biden wants, and that's why he was chosen. People know that Biden is going to glory soon, but it's being kept back out of respect for his wife. Allegedly. Everybody knows behind the scenes, everybody knows that it could happen at any moment. But it's being repressed from the media. But they know that anytime soon, but it's being kept secretly out of respect for his wife, because she doesn't want anyone to know. So allegedly, while I wrap this up, this made me kind of like Biden a little bit, because I have compassion on this old man who's just tired and was put in this position because people knew that he'd be easily controlled. And to be honest, I believe that President Trump was trying to avoid this. And the media gathered the American people and preyed on their intellect and emotion in order to manipulate them into believing certain things. Has he said some outlandish things? Absolutely. Has he been the worst president that the United States has ever had? Absolutely not. Have we had presidents that have done far worse than President Trump did? Absolutely. The majority of them. If I had time to read and conjure up all of the spirits of presidents and spill their tea and how they betrayed the American people, meh. Listen, we be drinking and smoking all day. So it is my psychic opinion, and also from speaking to President Biden's spirit here. And I actually, before I wrap this up, I will release you in peace, President Biden, because you are tired, and I will not keep you here. You may go in peace, and thank you. In closing, this is what you guys wanted, and you got it. And this was a plan all along, because the people who really run the United States are not United States people. They have interests in Israel. Because imagine if Black people and Africans, African Americans and motherland Africans started to unite. Walk with me down this vision and build themselves up in a way where the power dynamics shift in a racist United States. What if white people are no longer looking at us as an enemy or a target? What if we neutralize them? Who would be at most fear as the minority, the true minority, despite all the money and the power, the constant reminder of what they went through? This can never happen again. So there could be a day where our power shifts in the U.S. and we have to go. If we have to go back there, we're going to need Palestine, because they won't let us take it otherwise. Just imagine if that happened. Who runs the media? Who runs the media that pushes and portrays the image of Black people in the United States? And as we are forcefully fed this media, constant images, constant reminders of our poverty state, our trauma state, subconsciously, we are still, we will remain in these conditions because we're being conditioned to do so. Who owns every platform in entertainment? Why don't we see a more balanced perspective, a more truthful perspective of the realities of citizens in the United States? Because we aren't what's being portrayed in the media. And as they see Afrobeats and African culture merge more in the United States, this is a problem for us because we're the minority. Where will we go if Black people say no more and white people can no longer sustain their stance? White people are, they like, please, my white audience, don't take this offensively, but historically, they are racist. They are colonizers. And who's to say if the target is no longer African Americans, that they won't circle the block and turn against us and want us out of their country? We need to solidify a place to occupy and Palestine has been putting up a fight for generations and generations, and it's kind of been lucrative. But this energy feels different, and that was the reading on President Biden. Honestly, he does not run ding. He does not run team. And if you have compassion for humans who are preparing, who are within their last stage of life, then, you know, send compassion. And with that, that is my reading. I'll see you guys later. Bye.